my name is Melody and welcome back to Strawberry Lemon. So today I have a super fun video for y'all, or at least I think it's fun. And yeah, so I am in a Discord server with a couple of other booktubers, and we thought it would be fun to make a list of some of our favorite books and read a book from everybody's list. So I believe I have 6 books to read, and yeah, I think this is so fun to try out everybody's fave books and see if I like them. And yeah, I will have everybody's channel linked down below, so let's get started. So if you have been on my channel for a while, you know that I get phases where I just want to read historical romance. And I haven't had that phase in a while until recently. I've been on Wattpad and I've been trying to find some good historical romance books on Wattpad. So, of course, when I saw that there was a historical romance on somebody's list, I was like, I need to get on that, give it to me. I want it now. So for my first pick, it is going to be a book from Bailey's list, and it is The Duke Who Didn't by Courtney Milan. And so I already started this book exactly a week ago. It's Monday right now, so I started last Monday, and oh my gosh, the representation in this book makes my heart so warm and happy. And yeah, so if you don't know, I am Chinese. I speak mainly Cantonese, and in this book there are some Cantonese speakers, and the author herself is half Chinese, I believe, and both of the main characters are also half Chinese. And I don't know about you, but I've never read a book with Chinese representation in a historical romance, and I'm just so happy. But yeah, I love all the food scenes with the dumplings and the zhou, and it's just so good. It makes me hungry while I'm reading. And then we're told that some of the characters do speak to each other in Cantonese, and sometimes I can just imagine some of their conversation in Cantonese. I just can't. So for a little summary about this book, it is about a girl named Chloe, and I think since she was 14, she's been meeting a boy every summer named Jeremy, and they've become really good friends. I would say probably like best friends. And yeah, they just hang out for a couple of days in the summer every single year. And you know, she falls in love with him and he falls in love with her, but neither of them tell each other. And yeah, but then for 3 years, Jeremy just disappeared. He didn't come during the summer, and Chloe's heart was broken. And yeah, he randomly comes back after 3 years trying to win Chloe's heart, but he has a secret that he has not told anybody in that town, and it is that he is actually the Duke of that town. And yeah, nobody knows that he's the Duke of the town. And yeah, some romance, some hidden identity. It is, yes. Hiya. Okay, sorry for the change in background, but a gigantic bug just flew into my room and I can't handle. I'm gonna wait for somebody to come home to catch the bug from my room. But yeah, in the meantime, I'm hiding out in a different room. So, back to The Duke Who Didn't. So I am about halfway through the book right now, and oh my gosh, I love Jeremy's character so freaking much. The man is so smooth, like damn, he is so smooth. And also, he is hilarious. He's so funny. Whenever he's on the page, he just puts a smile on my face. And yeah, I'm also really loving Chloe's father, Mr. Fong. He is a very good cook, and the way he goes about acting around Jeremy in order to protect Chloe from Jeremy is hilarious. And both of them are so funny, and I love them both. And then we also have Chloe, and so far I'm not super connected with her, I think. We're told that other people perceive her as being cold, intimidating, and she makes a lot of lists And yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we're being told more than we're being shown or something, but I just haven't really been able to connect with Chloe's character. We did get one flashback into her childhood that really made me like her character more, and I'm hoping that we get more of those or something to make me like her more, but I don't hate her or anything. And yeah, I am having a little problem of picking the book back up. When I put it down, I don't have any motivation to pick it back up and continue reading, and I'm not even sure why, because I usually love historical romance, but maybe it's because I've been reading a lot of action-packed fantasy with a lot of fighting and things like that. But yeah, we'll see as the book goes on, and I'll update you then. Bye! Hopefully the bug will leave my room. Okay, it is Sunday now, and my book club had our live show today, and it was the first time that it was hosted on my channel, and it was so much fun. Both of the books were 5 stars this month, and it's just amazing. And yeah, I ended up finishing The Duke Who Didn't, I think, on Thursday. And I think I'm gonna give the book 4 stars. Yeah, 4 stars. It was a really enjoyable book. I thought the first half of the book, maybe a little more than a half of the book, was a bit slow. Like, I wasn't really getting into it. I was having a hard time picking the book up. But after like the last third of the book, it was really good. I didn't want to put it down, and I really liked some of the characters, but I feel like I wasn't really connecting with them on a deeper level, I guess. And yeah, there was one scene that was really awkward. I don't know if awkward is the right word, but some of the scenes, it makes sense for it to be awkward. Like, the situation and everything is awkward, so it makes sense for it to be awkward. But there was just this one scene which stayed with me that I was like, why is this so awkward? But it was also in a way that was awkward that also kind of made me laugh, which was good. But yeah, I think the ending was pretty satisfying. Everything got wrapped up, and I really liked the talks on perfectionism and having too many things on your plate and time management, and also the topics about like kind of finding yourself and also knowing when to ask others for help and accept other people's help. I thought all of those things helped make this book an enjoyable read. But yeah, I'm super happy to have started off on such a good book. And if Bailey or any of y'all have historical romance recommendations, please let me know. I would really love to check them out, especially Bailey, if you're watching this. Drop them down below, please. But yeah, the next book that I'm going to be reading, I think I'm gonna start tonight or maybe tomorrow. We'll see about that. But it is going to be a book from Ashley's list, and it is A House of Salt and Sorrows by Erin Craig. And I don't know much about the book. I think it's a retelling of the 12 Dancing Princesses, which I don't really know that story really well. I've only watched the Barbie princess movie of that when I was a kid, I think. But other than that, I don't know that story. But I think this book, there are like 12 sisters and they're getting killed off one by one, and it's just a mystery thriller fantasy book. I'm not totally sure. We'll see where it goes, but yeah, I'm super excited to read it, and I'll see you in the next update. Bye. Okay, so it has been like 20 days since I've uploaded this vlog. I know I'm doing a really bad job at vlogging, but I have finished Ashley's pick, and oh my gosh, Ashley, it was so freaking good. I can't even, it was so good. But yeah, I ended up giving it 4.5 stars. I think the development of the romance was like a little awkward for me. I don't know if it was awkward, but there's just something about the development of the romance that I wasn't really sure if I liked or not. But other than that, I freaking loved this book. Like, there were so many plot twists. There was one point I was like 3/4 of the way through the book or something, or halfway through the book, and it was getting like spooky and stuff like that, and I had to go and wash my dishes, and everybody in my house was sleeping already, and I was like freaked. I was so scared. I was like, something's gonna jump out at me. This book had me like paranoid when I was reading it at like 2 in the morning. And yeah, it was so good. And I can't, there were so many plot twists. I watched the Barbie version of like the 12 Dancing Princesses, and I kind of knew who in that movie was supposed to be evil, but I wasn't sure if it's gonna be the same person or not. And there was just so many plot twists, and I kept trying to guess like what was happening. I was not like right. I could not guess what was happening in this book. Like, but yeah, it was just so good. Like, I have no words. I think this book will be a book that I will be recommending to a lot of people. And yeah, I am so happy that this vlog is starting off with such a good note. Like a 4-star and a 4.5 stars, that's amazing. And then the next book that I have already started, because I haven't been uploading this vlog, is Anne of Green Gables. I don't remember the author off of the top of my head, but this is my pick from Martine's list. And okay, let's see. So far, I am almost 50%, almost halfway through the book, and it is about a girl named Anne. This is a classic, so I think a lot of people might know about it. I've been seeing it around Booktube, but it is about a girl named Anne, and she is an orphan, and yeah, she gets taken in, and I think it's just kind of following her through her childhood and just growing up a little, and she's such an interesting character. She has imagination. I just think of SpongeBob when I hear that. But yeah, it's such a cute book so far because the couple that adopted her actually wanted to adopt a boy to kind of help out with chores and stuff, but they ended up keeping Anne, and I just love how Anne is kind of like melting their hearts and like making them warm because they're kind of, I wouldn't say they're cold, but the best way I can describe it is in a movie or a book or something, there's like a grumpy old grandpa, but you know in their hearts they're like a mushy teddy bear and whatever. They're kind of like that, and I just love seeing them get mushy over Anne, and Anne is just a character, and I think there might be like a cute little romance, like it'll be a childhood like sweetheart kind of thing, but I'm not sure about that. But yeah, I am really liking this pick so far. It is a classic, so I'm not super used to the writing style, I guess, but I am really enjoying it so far besides that. And yeah, I will update you in the next one, hopefully soon, but I'll see you sometime later. Bye. Hi! Okay, so it is like August now, so it has been a couple of months since I've updated, like it's been a while, so I had to look back on footage and even see where I ended this vlog on. Now it's just gonna be like a wrap up of all the other books that I read, but it looked like I ended on talking about Anne of Green Gables, which was my pick from Martine's list, and oh my gosh, Anne of Green Gables, Anne just has my heart. Like that book, I don't know, I was just like really happy reading it. It was just such a fun and cute book to read. But then I think if memory serves me correct, there were like a couple of like deep things in the book as well. I will definitely be checking out the rest of the series because I just want to follow Anne in her journey of just growing up from being a kid and just watching her and her imagination, and just yeah, I'm also hoping that like the little like childhood romance kind of thing that I'm sensing blooms. Childhood romances just have my heart. I love them so much and they make my heart melt, and I'm just really hoping that happens because it's just cute. It's just cute, you know. And then, okay, after Anne of Green Gables, which I gave 5 stars, by the way, I don't think I mentioned that. 5 freaking stars. Such a good pick. But, the next book I read was Uzumaki by Junji Ito. I read this as a buddy read with my friend Vicky. I'll link her information down below as well. And, oh my gosh, that book was like so messed up, but the illustrations were like so good, but so gross at the same time because so Uzumaki is a horror book. I'm pretty sure Junji Ito is famous for his horror. This book is a manga and it follows like this town that is kind of weird. Something weird is happening to the town. A lot of spirals suddenly that are creating a bunch of things with spirals. So like tornadoes and snails. There were a lot of snails and there's just so many gross things that you wouldn't think of with spirals, but Junji Ito made it work. And I think I'm gonna have a vlog with like my whole reading experience, so definitely check that out. It'll be coming out soon, pretty sure. But yeah, I initially gave it 5 stars, I believe, but I think I'm bumping it to 4 stars. I really love the book, but there were some certain like chapters that I was like I could do without. I wasn't super into it, but it was still gross and stuff. Also, the ending was a bit abrupt, but I also feel like the abrupt ending kind of worked well with the story. And I don't know, I had mixed feelings about that. I was like, I want more, but would more make it better? Or would more have detracted from the book or the ending and your feelings at the end? But anyways, I ended up giving Uzumaki 4 stars and I'm excited for that vlog to come up. And after that, I read With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo, and that was my pick from Staijah's list. And the culture, the food. Okay, wait. So first, this book is about a teenage mom named Imani. She is a senior in high school, and it just follows her through her senior year and just her and all her challenges with balancing school life and home life and work life and relationship problems and societal problems and just all of that, so much bundled up into one book. There's food and there's culture, and I think I'll be giving it 4 stars just because I haven't been reading YA contemporary that much anymore and it took me a bit to get into it. I feel like I still do like YA contemporary, but I'm not sure if I love it as much as other genres. I'm not sure if it's like my thing anymore because I had a phase where I read a lot of YA contemporary books. But yeah, for the last book that I read for this vlog, or wrap up now I guess, but it was my pick from Nessuh's list, and it is This Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. And oh my gosh, this book, I recently read this book, so it's still really fresh in my mind. And I like this book more than I like the first book in A Darker Shade of Magic. Like, I need the second book soon. I need to finish this to see what happens next. Like, what? Okay, so This Savage Song is about a girl named Kate, and she is returning to a city where her father lives, and that city is overrun with monsters. And the other main character is a boy named August, and he is a monster, I guess, but he's like a unique type of monster. So in this world, there are Korzais, Malachis, and Sunais. So August is a Sunai, and they're a bit different, and I don't know, I really loved the concept of this story. I feel like this world is just so interesting. But yeah, it just follows them and their lives, and like they meet and they clash and things go down. Like, when I say things go down, like I was not expecting. I was like, yeah, I know where this book is headed. I did not know where a lot of things that happened, I was not expecting for it to happen. But yeah, the beginning of the book took me a bit to get into, especially like starting to like the characters or love the characters. But I ended up giving this book 4.5 stars. And yeah, that is a wrap for reading my other Booktube friends' favorite books. I don't think there was one book that I did not like on this, and I'm so happy about that. But yeah, I hope you like this vlog. This ending wrap-up thing was a bit crazy, but I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!